For you coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Dennis, thank you. It has been 10 months since Hurricane Ian ravaged southwest Florida, barreling across the state and damaging homes from Sanibel to Orlando. More than $17 billion in losses so far, and several homeowners have been telling us they've been fighting their insurance companies for months. ABC Action News in-depth reporter Stassi Almos has been investigating those complaints, and she joins us right now with what she found out. Stassi?
Well, Paul, in May, the Office of Insurance Regulation told me they were investigating how companies are handling Hurricane Ian claims, but I wanted to know how big this problem was. So I put in a records request for information on those insurance complaints. It took 2 months to get all of the data, but we now know that the state received nearly 8,000 complaints related to Hurricane Ian. That's 15% of all the claims filed after the storm.
This is my home. This is what I have besides these two amazing kids. This is all I got.
They wanted to pay us pennies on the dollar. We're not rich. We could never rebuild our house like it was before.
When you get just shut down to the point where you're not even getting responses back from your insurer,
It's like everything could be gone.
I can't even sleep at night because I feel powerless.
Powerless. It's the feeling for so many Hurricane Ian victims I've spoken to. Records from the Florida Department of Financial Services reveal 7,984 insurance complaints filed regarding the Category 4 storm in just 7 months. Reasons range from denials and delays to underpayments and cancellations. The state has marked 5,376 complaints closed, but 750 are labeled as impasse, meaning the complaint was closed with no agreement reached. Other resolutions include about 1,600 settled prior or in mediation, more than 1,000 position or policy explained, to 11 claims reopened and 6 additional payments.
That's probably half of what the real numbers are.
Public Adjuster Rick Tutwiler has hundreds of Hurricane Ian clients and says those complaints are likely only a fraction of homeowners with insurance issues.
I know a lot of people who were reaching out and trying to get a hold of the DFS.
In December, I reported on the broken links to file complaints on the CFO's website and long wait times for the phone line.
I can only imagine what those numbers would really be.
There's also the fear factor. The Culps reached out to me for help after battling with their insurance company for 8 months.
They basically said about $700 closed the claim, and they've closed it twice now where we have to keep reopening it.
They said they never contacted the state, worried about possible retaliation.
We were kind of concerned regarding a full-blown out lawsuit or filing the complaint that they would drop the coverage and you can't get another coverage.
I dug through the data and found companies with the most complaints are Citizens Property Insurance at 958, American Integrity at 761, Universal Property and Casualty Insurance at 739, United Property and Casualty, or UPC, which is now insolvent, at 552. Citizens currently holds nearly half of the state's homeowners policies at 1.3 million. I asked them about the high number of complaints.
We can't please everyone. We don't always do the right thing at the right time, in the right time frame, and we try to do as best as we can to rectify those as quickly as possible.
Universal Property and Casualty is the third largest insurer in the state with almost 600,000 policies. A spokesperson said in a statement, UPCIC has received few complaints in relation to the number of claims received from Hurricane Ian. American Integrity has the fifth largest amount of policies at nearly 300,000. A spokesperson told me in a statement, the combination of dishonest contractors and lack of understanding of flood insurance have caused confusion and has been the source of many DFS inquiries. I also asked if a policyholder would be dropped if they filed a complaint, and they said we would never drop a customer because they ask for help from the state, and in fact, using the state's free service for help is so much better than immediately hiring a lawyer. According to public state data, as of the end of June, there are a total of 520,000 claims filed. 84% are closed.
At least 99% of our claims have been closed at least once. I think about 10% of those claims have been reopened.
The United Policyholders Advocacy Group says it's up to the consumer to not give up.
the first reaction of some insurance companies in some scenarios is we're just going to deny it. And if they come back and fight, then we'll deal with it.
A closed complaint is not the same as a closed claim. She says the state's insurance office can only do so much.
They don't have the resources. They're not going to be a free lawyer for you.
The American Policyholder Association tells me they've referred 3 whistleblower tips of company claims handling to Florida's criminal investigators.
Independent adjusters who are hired by the insurance company say that they've witnessed crimes and they've brought very compelling evidence. We've had an additional 30 come forward who are too intimidated to actually go public.
Some homeowners, like the McBrides, say they have no option but to take their insurance company to court. The couple tells me the process could take a year and their life's savings is running out.
I want my home back. It's all taken away from me, and how much longer?
The Office of Insurance Regulation tells me their investigation into Ian claims handling is ongoing. I also asked about a policyholder's rights when it comes to getting canceled or non-renewed for a complaint or lawsuit. They pointed me to an ordinance stating claims on property insurance policies that are the result of an act of God may not be used as a cause for cancellation or non-renewal. Now, that act of God would be the hurricane.
Yeah, that'll do it. And Stassi, state lawmakers, they passed all these reforms this past legislative session, but they were pretty clear saying that it's going to take a while for that to actually be felt in the market. When it does actually show up, how will it help people?
Well, it is going to take some time, but inside of the bill that was recently signed by the governor, that's called the Insurer Accountability Act, that he signed at the end of May, it includes things like upping penalties for insurance companies that possibly don't handle claims right. It also requires them to have a detailed report if they change an adjuster's report. Now, OIR is also going to require some things. I'm going to put all of this online on our website in an article, abcactionnews.com.
A lot of work yet to be done.
Oh, yeah.
Stassi Olmos, thank you for covering this. Appreciate it. Still to come here.